Hey guys, JB here from Alpha Wolf Consulting, coming to you today with the next session in the Alpha Wolf Personal Development and Expansion series. One sec, sorry about that. So basically, today's session is going to be all about looking at this idea that life is short, though this consciousness is eternal. Do you sort of get it? So while this life or experience of life that I have is finite, the expression of the consciousness that is me, that directs this being, this life, this existence of me, is eternal. Do you sort of get it? It's very important to understand this because it's sort of like I can never find inner peace until I understand this. For if this life is short, me oh my, how much do I have to do in this life? Like, if this life is short, how much do I have to get in this lifetime to make this life worth something, to make it valuable? So, this is a trap we all fall into where we focus in on trying to achieve everything, trying to see everything, do everything, be everything, and we don't actually enjoy or experience life itself. We're just sort of rushing through life. It's very important to understand this because this allows us to now slow down. I don't have to experience everything in this lifetime, for I have an infinite amount of lifetimes to experience all there is in this world. When we understand this, now it's sort of like in this lifetime, what would I want to experience? My heart's desire is. Do you sort of get it? So it's easier for us to then let go to the need to experience all that is not what is me, what I want to experience in this life. And it's not to say that we don't experience in life, but it's sort of like this life or these lifetimes are infinite. Like, it doesn't matter what happens in this life. It's sort of like the next life I start over again and again and again. And I get to see different aspects of life, different aspects of existence. Do you know what I mean? Every time I get to see a new aspect of life because life is that immense that it would take an eternity of lifetimes for me to see all of life. Do you sort of get it? And that is life. Do you sort of get it? Consciousness, experiencing, and sort of like not understanding, but experiencing and sort of living or embodying consciousness. So, like, this alters our understanding of the meanings behind life. That should I look within, the answers are found, i.e., every sensory organ on this body is set up to experience something. Experience is what life is in existence for. Do you sort of get it? Pretty important to get. So we realize if I had an eternity of lifetimes to experience life, how do I want to experience it right here, right now? Do you sort of get it? Do I want to chase money and make millions of dollars? Do I want to, you know, go off and fight in unknown wars? Do I want to, like, however you want to see it? So, like, you are the master of your reality, meaning how you want to experience this life will shape and create and like become the framework for the reality you experience within this life. So when we understand that, we let go. There is no right or wrong path. There is no right or wrong life. Because in every life, we get to start again. Do you sort of get it? Like, if you enjoy being negative and you enjoy being around negative people and you enjoy, violence and all the negative aspects of life, like, don't change. Like, why? Why change? Do you sort of get it? Like, if that's what you enjoy in life, but in the moment that you choose, I don't enjoy that, you're free to pursue something different. Do you sort of get it? It can be in this lifetime, it can be in the next lifetime. There's no stress. So there's no need to stress and fear death. Do you know what I mean? To stress and fear that I'm not going to live the life I was meant to live. Whichever life you choose is the life you were meant to live. And should you choose that you want to live a different life, all you must do is change your actions. Do you sort of get it? You can live as many lives in this one life, in this one experience, or you can experience every life throughout eternity. Do you sort of get it? So when we understand this, we take the pressure off all I have to experience in life. And now it's like, if I could pick 5 things that I want to experience in this life every day, what would they be? And then this is how we experience life. Do you know what I mean? Do I want to experience life with love? Do you know what I mean? Like, do I want to experience life, with adventure? Do I want to experience life with fulfillment, with service? Like, how do I want to experience life? Because this sets the framework for the life we will have or the life we will live. So in any moment, you can shape and alter the construction of your life just by choosing to experience life differently. I.e., if you want to feel love in life, like, you don't have to feel anger, you don't have to feel hatred, you don't have to feel anything other than love. And it's a realization that in the moment that anger exists within me, I transmute that energy into love because love exists within all emotions. Do you sort of get it? Because love is the meaning of my life. So love exists in all emotions. It doesn't matter if it's a negative or a positive because I see love as being positive. Therefore, all emotions become positive because love exists within the emotion. I just don't have to express that emotion in the way that others think. In negativity, I can express that emotion in positivity. I can transmute the energy of anger into love. Like, and it's not a hard thing to do. It's pretty fucking effortless. It's just realize I do not control the external environment. I only control the internal environment. Meaning nothing from the external environment can alter and change my internal environment. And it's only through accessing my internal environment do I alter and change the external environment. So it's very important to understand this, that nothing can alter and shape or change what I want in this life unless I choose to. Nothing negative can happen in this life unless I choose it to be negative. If I choose to see it as positive, I am free to see it as positive. Like, there's an idea in life that it's all about being right. Fuck being right. If you want to feel love in life, just fucking feel love. Who the fuck gives a fuck if other people believe it or not? Do you sort of get it? Like, if you feel it, it's real. Do you sort of get it? So we realize it's not about being right. It doesn't matter if you're right or if you're wrong. Like, if you think you're successful, like, It doesn't matter if you're right or if you're wrong, if you're successful, if you're not successful. Because if you believe that you are successful and like you are at a higher likelihood of taking actions that lead to your success. You have more charisma, you have more confidence because you're in an empowered state of feeling, do you know, a sense of belonging or a sense of like being where you're meant to be. So we just realize in life, should I choose to live a positive life, life will go more positively for me. Should I choose to feel like experience a negative life, life's going to go more negatively for me. Do you sort of get it? If I'm around people with anger issues, I'm going to get into fights. Do you sort of get it? It doesn't matter how good I control myself. Like, evidently, I'm probably going to get hit in the side of the face when I'm not looking. Do you sort of get it? So if I sit in those environments around negative people, okay, and it's not to say that there's anything wrong with these people, but if people don't take action, like take accountability for, like, for example, their anger issues or their anger, then what happens is you have to deal with the negative consequences of the outbursts of them, bursting out with their anger and trying to start fights and rah, rah, rah. Do you sort of get it? So if you don't want to be around fights, don't be in that environment. Change your environment. You are free to change environments anytime you want. You are free to change friends anytime you want. You are free to change anything. You're even free to change how you see yourself anytime you want. Do you sort of get it? You're free to sit there as well and never change and always wish and want for better, but be unwilling to set boundaries, to walk out of situations, to leave environments. For example, if I always want to be dry, I wish I was dry. I wish I was dry. If I'm in the fucking ocean, I'm never going to be dry. I can wish all I want, but if I stay in the fucking ocean, I will remain in the ocean fucking wet. Like, it's not a murder mystery. If I want to be positive and I spend all my time around negative people, like, I will never feel positive because positivity will never exist, i.e., being dry in the water does not exist. I can pretend like it could exist all I want, but it doesn't exist. So all I'm going to do is just be wet. Do you sort of get it? Like, why is life bad because I'm wet when I want to be dry? Do you sort of get it? If I want to be dry, all I have to do is get out of the water. If I want to feel positive about myself, all I have to do is stop entertaining people who take negative action towards me, people who are negative. Do you know what I mean? Treat me negatively, all of this. Like, as soon as I stop being in those environments, like it's it's ended. Do you sort of get it? So what happens is we tend to create these psychological structures of trauma, of reliving past experiences and things like that out of fear. So the important thing is in life, if you want to experience love in this life, it's not love and fear. You get to pick one. You can pick joy, you can pick service, like you can choose any one you want, but you only get one to pick in this life. What do you want to feel? Do you want to feel love? Do you want to feel honor? Do you want to feel service? Do you want to feel like what do you want to feel? Do you sort of get it? Whatever that becomes is the only thing you are allowed to feel because that is the truth to you. So every time the negative voices come up and try and tell you something different, you know they're full of shit because we've already just realized, like, if I want love to be like my meaning of life and what I experience in this life, anything other than that, it's a lie. Do you sort of get it? So it's like if someone wants to be angry around me, like and I start to feel angry. Like I'm not angry. Do you sort of get it? Like I let go to the anger because that's not me. I am love. So I transmute the anger into love because I don't need the anger because the anger is not of me. Do you sort of get it? So then we realize nothing external can happen to me because it's all about my classification of the meaning of what happens to me. So, like, if I say something is negative, now I have to feel negative emotions about it. I'm not allowed to feel positive about negative because I'm not a bad person. When I'm trying to entertain love and sort of negativity, it doesn't work. So if I have fear and love, and I'm trying to experience life through fear and love, like every ounce of love I feel in this world will be turned against me in fear. Illusions will be created because the fear is the illusion. So, should I choose to entertain negative things as being possibilities? I am entertaining and allowing fear to exist in my reality. But I've already realized that in my reality, like we said just before, love is what I am. Do you sort of get it? So, like, if love is what I am, but I'm entertaining like fear, do you know what I mean? And need to protect and all of this, like, I'm unwilling to believe that what I think and feel as being the most meaningful thing to me in life isn't the most meaningful thing. Do you sort of get it? So it's sort of like for me to live in love, I have to make the decision that any like thought, any like fear or anything like that, like anything other than love and a responsive love is a lie. Do you sort of get it? Because I know the truth is if I live in love, then my whole life is going to be love if I don't entertain fear. If I entertain fear, my life is going to be filled with love and fear. Do you sort of get it? So to let go of fear, I just realize there is nothing negative that can happen to me because everything is love. So when I understand this, I realize I do not control the external environment. I control my internal environment. So I let go to the need to control the external environment. So if I control the internal environment, I don't control if you treat me positively, but I do like control how I feel about how you treat me. So you treating me can still make me feel positive inside. Do you sort of get it? Like, because I'm not reacting to how you treat me and then determining how I should feel. I've predetermined this is how I want to feel. So I want to feel love. And it's like, that's all I'm going to feel. I don't care if you think you've hurt me, if you think you haven't. Like, I've chosen this path. It doesn't really matter what you think. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if someone's being negative to me, like, I don't have to see it as being negative. Like, there are things that I like, and there are things that I like, but I don't really want to. I don't really enjoy them. Do you know what I mean? I like running, but I don't really enjoy running as a sport. Like, do you know what I mean? Running every day. So it's like I'm gonna avoid running and choose a different way of exercising, but it's sort of like it's nothing negative. Do you know what I mean? It's just not like out of the choices that I have in life, that is not one that I'm going to, so to speak, choose. Out of all the options I have to exercise, that would be on the lower list. Do you sort of get it? But it's not negative because when I classify something as being negative, I have to focus now on what I don't want So I'm diverting focus away from what I want. When everything is classified as being positive, okay, now it's more about what are more enjoyable positives and less enjoyable positives, i.e., going on a carb-free diet, like it's good for weight loss, like over a short duration or a short period, but it isn't the most enjoyable thing and the most enjoyable feeling. So it's sort of like, it's positive, but I wouldn't go out there and do it every week. Do you know what I mean? It's not enjoyable. So we realize now that I don't have to focus on because there is no negative, negative is empty. Now it's like, what positive do I want to focus on? So if I've chosen love, it's like, how do I want to express love? Do you sort of get it? Because I don't have to fear anything that I don't like. Do you sort of get it? But I naturally, like in our brain is wired to heavily focus on what we don't want in this life, because in survival instincts, what I don't want is to be bitten by a snake. What I don't want is to fall down a ravine. Like what I don't want is to be attacked by a predator, whatever it is. Like they're real present dangers. That's why we focus so much on it. Do you sort of get it? When I don't want to be attacked by a predator, I'm more observant and aware of my surroundings. But in the psychological structure, there is nothing I don't want. Do you sort of get it? Like, like there is nothing like negative about it. Like it's a positive don't want, not a negative don't want. Because there's nothing negative in the psychological structure, because the psychological structure is absent of everything else. So I can pretend like the environment influences my psychological structure, or I can pretend like, you know, I'm the only one that influences my psychological structure. So if I pretend like the environment like influences me, now every environment has control over me, and I am a victim to environmental circumstances. If only I sort of determine or influence myself, like nothing an environment can do can alter how I choose to influence myself unless I decide or allow it to. So we realize if I have fear in life, if I allow fear in life, I am the one allowing it to exist. It exists because of me. Do I want to see myself as positive, or do I want to see myself as negative? Do I want the fear to cause negative emotions, or do I want the fear to cause positive emotions? Do you sort of get it? And then if you decide positive, you transmute it into what you want to experience and feel in this life. So if it's love, transmute it into love. If it's joy, transmute it into joy. If it's service, transmute it into service. Like however you want it to be, because you set the tempo or you set the tone for how your reality is structured. So how your mind is structured and then how your reality is structured. Because if everything is positive to me, now I don't need to perceive threats. It doesn't mean threats don't exist. It just means I don't need to perceive them, because, like, they're not a threat to me. But should I see or identify, sort of trends in behavior or things like that, like I just leave the situation, because I'm not beholden to any environment. Should the environment start to shift against me, I leave the environment. Do you sort of get it? Because if we stay in the environment, we're sort of in an aggressive environment waiting for a fight to kick off. Do you sort of get it? So when we understand this, the power in life for me to make decisions to live the life I want to live is basically in my decision making, in my ability to choose a path or a course of action and enact it. Do you sort of get it? Should I choose that I don't want violence? Should people be acting violent? I leave the situation. I don't have to leave it in anger. I don't like they didn't do anything to me. I just don't enjoy that. Do you know what I mean? So it's like when we understand this, we really start to understand the power of just like if I choose to focus in on what I want in this life and not worry about what I don't want, because it doesn't really matter, like then all of that focus that I had on what I don't want, what was negative in my life, is now redirected to what I want. So I have more focus, more drive. All of my focus is on what I want in life. So my life becomes the life I want it to be when I stop allowing negative to exist, fear to exist. So I see everything as positive because that allows me to free up any mental focus that was on the negative and redirect it into positive. Do you sort of get it? So now I'm able to redirect it into self to create what I want in this life because I don't need to worry about the negative because the negative doesn't exist. Do you sort of get it? Because should anything negative happen, I will transmute that into love, so to speak. Do you sort of get it? So should someone fuck me over, transmute it into love. Do you know what I mean? So like if someone else fucks me over, am I gonna then fuck myself over emotionally? Am I gonna torture myself? Am I gonna blame myself? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do that? Or am I gonna see the action for what it is and then just understand that nothing happened to me? That person did it to themselves. Do you sort of get it? So then we realize that, like, how do I want to feel in that situation that someone fucks me over? If I choose love, then love is what I'm going to feel. I love being fucked over because now I get to say goodbye. Do you sort of get it? Like, whatever you want to implement in there, like, and what we implement into it is the next actions moving forward. So should someone fuck me over, these are the next actions moving forward. Because when we have that plan or that idea of how we're going to respond, it allows us to not need to protect ourselves against it happening. Because should it happen, like that's just the pathway that is walked now. Like that's the action we take moving forward. So, like, however we want to create that action, but with that action is the like insurance policy for me being able to lower my need to protect myself in life. So, should someone cheat on me, this is my action moving forward. Should someone lie to me, this is my action moving forward. Should someone, do you know what I mean? So, like, the action could be, have a discussion, blah, 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 whatever it may be. It could be walk away, whatever. So, it's like, for example, if I experience domestic violence and I made a decision I don't want to experience that again, like, I don't have to fear anyone doing that to me again because should I get the slightest scent that it's happening in the environment, my action moving forward is to leave. So, if it's an hour into meeting someone and you get a bad vibe from them, you just fucking leave. You don't owe them anything. They don't owe you anything. Do you sort of get it? So like rather than focus in on needing to protect yourself, you focus in onto observing trends and patterns. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. Should you present to me what I don't want, I'm not going to overlook it. Do you know what I mean? Because like if I overlook it, I'm always going to end up in an environment that I don't want to be in. So I don't overlook it. And should that happen, I start to create separation and back away. And it's not that I don't trust you, but behavior's a language. So it's like if you're with someone and they were like, aggressive and angry and, predatory towards other people and things like that, like said mean things and talk down to people, like it's pretty clear signaling that like at a certain point in time, everyone reaches that stage with them where they act and behave that way. So it's a pretty clear indicator how people treat other people is how they treat themselves. How people treat themselves is how they treat other people. So if people don't take responsibility for themselves, they don't take responsibility for other people. Do you sort of get it? They don't have the capacity to. So, like, for example, if someone doesn't take accountability and responsibility for anger issues or whatever, like, they're not going to take responsibility if something happens to you, in terms of like, if their anger gets out of control and they hit a woman or whatever, like, they're not going to take responsibility and say, like, no, I'm not crossing that line. They'll cross that line. Do you sort of get it? So we understand, the more I understand about not needing to control the environment, control the circumstance, the more I invest into self, the easier it is for me to understand others because I understand myself. So when I invest into myself and show myself self-love, it is clear to see in everyone else who loves themselves and who does not, like who shows themselves love and who does not. It's clear to see when people aren't showing themselves self-love. Do you sort of get it? So, like, for example, it's easy and clear to identify and monitor and like sort of observe behavioral patterns. Do you sort of get it? Like the unconscious mind is habitual, meaning if I don't focus on disrupting patterns, the patterns are always going to be habitual. So literally, I will have specific behavioral tendencies and patterns prior to aggressive outbursts. Do you sort of get it? Like, so you're able to monitor and track and pretty well predict people's behaviors. Like, let's just say this. I haven't been surprised by anyone in life. Not to say people can't sneak up on me, but it's to say that people telegraph their intention through their behaviors, through their actions and their decisions. They telegraph their internal intentions. So, should someone have bad intentions, you will see it through their decision making and the decisions they make and their behavior, how they enact those decisions into this world. Do you sort of get it? So we understand that behavior is a language that we are able to use to read people's subconscious mind because behavior is subconscious. Unless it is consciously directed behavior, it is going to be habitual behavior. And habitual behavior is subconscious. That's why it happens like second nature. Like that's why it happens unconsciously. So think about bad habits. They're the easiest way to see habitual behavior. Like, for example, if I walk past chocolates and then I have to get one because I start craving it instantly. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a habitual behavior because it's the indicator of the chocolate that runs that pattern that knows with a high likelihood it equals that result. So we understand that as being. Like, for example, in anything in life, I don't have to fear other people when I read them, when I read their behavior. Do you sort of get it? They can lie to me, but their behaviors and actions will never lie. Their intention will always show within that. Like that's the important thing. So we realize it's only through our behaviors, actions, and our decisions that we can influence and change anything in the external environment. You sort of get it? So either I can take control of my thoughts, behaviors, and actions, or I can let life determine them to me by me refusing to address them or take control of them. So we realize if we're thinking about taking control of them in this life, what do I want to experience and who do I want to be? And then I let go to everything that is not that. Do you sort of get it? In every decision, every action, every behavior, I embody what I want to experience in this life. And I realize, like, it doesn't matter what happens in this life because there is eternity of life. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's not like, it's not important because everything is as important as, like, everything is equal. So everything is just as important as each other. All consciousness is equal. So, like, for example, like there is no difference between me and an ant, although I may think that I am far superior. Do you sort of get it? So we realize there is no separation in terms of like me and other, me and life, me and consciousness. So we realize that like what I want to experience in this life is not important to the external environment, but to me, it's important. So it only means something to me because other people like aren't going to believe the exact same as me. Do you sort of get it? Like, because we're all individualistic or individuals. So it's the individual expression of life that is me. Do you sort of get it? Like what I want to experience in life, how I experience in life is like the physical manifestation of the consciousness that is me. Do you sort of get it? All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.